Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome back to the studio. If you're joining us for the first time, I'm Kaina, and this is Deenlight, your weekly space to breathe, reflect, and reconnect. I want to talk to the person who feels like they're failing. You're staring at your to-do list, your vision board, or your bank account, and you feel nothing. You aren't lazy. You haven't lost your ambition. You've just hit a wall that no amount of caffeine or hustle can break through. In the world of productivity, they call this burnout. But in the world of the heart, I call this the Burnout Barzakh. A Barzakh is a barrier, a middle ground between two worlds. You aren't who you used to be, but you don't have the energy to become who you're supposed to be. You're stuck. And the reason you're stuck isn't because you aren't working hard enough, because you've been running your soul on empty for far too long. Today, we're going to talk about the spiritual anatomy of exhaustion and how to actually come back to life. This is episode 7. We live in a culture that worships doing. If you aren't producing, you're invisible. If you aren't growing, you're dying. We've brought this mindset into our deen too. We think if we aren't perfect Muslims, perfect students, and perfect creators all at once, then we are failing Allah. But look at the creation around you. Does the tree produce fruit all year round? Does the sun stay at its peak for 24 hours? No, Allah created the nights for rest and the winter for dormancy. Burnout happens when you try to live in a permanent summer. You are trying to bypass the natural rhythm of rest that Allah built into your very DNA when you ignore the signs of exhaustion. You aren't being disciplined. You're being oppressive to the Amana trust. That is your own body and soul. Spiritual exhaustion versus physical tiredness. There is a difference between being sleep-deprived and being soul-deprived. You can sleep for 12 hours and still wake up feeling heavy. Why? Because physical rest heals the body, but only dhikr and connection heal the soul. Think of your soul like a battery. Every time you stress over a grade, every time you scroll through someone else's highlight reel, you are draining that battery. If you aren't plugging back into the source, the ever-living eventually, the lights are going to go out. The Burnout Barzakh is actually a mercy from Allah. It is your heart's way of saying, stop, you've forgotten me. You're chasing the shadow and ignoring the light. It is a forced pause designed to make you look upward instead of forward. The cure. Rest as an act of ibadah. We need to reframe how we view rest. Rest isn't doing nothing. Rest is tawakkul, trust in action. When you intentionally stop working because you know your body needs it, you are saying, "Ya Allah, I am not the provider. You are. The world will not fall apart if I sleep. My goals will not vanish if I take a Sabbath from my phone." True recovery in the Burnout Barzakh requires 3 things. The digital fast, you cannot heal a noisy heart in a noisy room. The prayer of stillness. Don't just perform your salah. Sit on the mat afterward and tell Allah, I am tired. Just say it. He already knows, but your heart needs to hear you admit it to him. The pivot to purpose. Ask yourself, are you burnt out because you're doing too much? Or because you're doing too much of the wrong things? Practical steps to exit the Barzakh. If you feel like you're in the thick of it right now, here is your recovery plan for this week. Lower the bar. For the next 7 days, do the bare minimum. Focus only on your fard obligatory prayers and your basic needs. Give yourself permission to be unproductive. The nature prescription. Spend 15 minutes outside without a phone. Witness the barakah of Allah's creation that grows without stress or anxiety. Your value in the eyes of Allah is not tied to your productivity. You were worthy the day you were created, and you are worthy today, even if you did nothing but breathe. Go easy on yourself. The winter is necessary for the spring to be beautiful. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm Kainat, and this is Deenlight. See you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.